And
see, and that's the point, right? Is that our laws, which make us free and democratic, can be usurped and corrupted to benefit these individuals, right? And this is one of the points I actually made on Fox News about the low birth rate, is that if your native population, and this applies for everything, with protests as well, this is a great example. If your native population does not have any kids and the immigrant population has 3, 4, 5, 6 kids, right? Double, triple, quadruple your native population. Within a short few generations, that immigrant population now grows considerably bigger than the native population. And eventually they overtake, in terms of majority, the native population. And then through democratic means, through voting, through elections, through all legal means, they can get people in parliament or in Congress or whatever, and they can start amending laws, or even worse, changing the constitution of the country, changing the form of government to better reflect what their true allegiance is, what their true cultural background is. It is not far-fetched to think that within a decade or two, some European countries could go from monarchies or republics into caliphates or Islamic republics, theologically driven states. Instead of being secular like it is right now in pretty much all Europe, they will be led by theology. That is not far-fetched, and that will be done without arms, without weapons, without protests and uprising. This is going to be purely done through democratic channels. Now, same thing with protesting, right? The freedom of speech and freedom of assembly, freedom of the press means that, you know, these foreigners that come here on temporary visas, for example, are still allowed to do so. And I agree they should be. But then a good question of allegiance comes up. Why the fuck are you bringing your issues to Canada? Why the fuck are you bringing your problems here? Right?
Absolutely. You want to, you know, Dinesh D'Souza?
Of course.
There's a clip that recently came across my feed, and it really summarizes everything we're talking about. Let's take a look.
When I was an extremist, Islamist, fundamentalist, I would only vote left.
Why is that?
I saw them as very stupid. I would fear the conservatives because they come with principle. That's not someone they can brainwash. But the left, I know they have no values and no principles to begin with. I dare you to find one Islamic extremist that votes for Donald Trump.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's from the source itself.